Good morning. It's Monday, and I'm so happy to report that I'm feeling a little better. My name is Delias Paris, and my channel is Indian Hen Farm. If you're enjoying my videos, go ahead and hit the like and subscribe. That always makes me feel really good and also helps me grow my channel. So, yeah. Anyway, so I have been working on some projects, and we're still going to finish our journal. But I thought, oh my gosh, it's going to be so fun to work on, some elements to put in our journal. And one of the things I'm obsessed with in journals is things that float. And the reason why is because, we'll use this as an example. I can add embellishments without taking away writing space. So I'll probably do something in the background lightly on this page, but we can remove this right on the back. And I've actually got this paper clip here holding two floating items. But it's a way of, I feel like, embellishing your journal without losing writing space, which, if you've been watching my channel, you know writing space is really important to me. Anyway, so I was working on items that float, and then I started working on things to attach the items that float. And I've got this little, here, let me pull this up a little bit, paper clip here. And I love this. It's rustic and it's kind of rugged, but that's my style. And I'm just going to show you how this looks. So say we took this one off and we added this one. So it hangs off the page here. And so when you close the journal, you still got that hanging out. And so it's like a little tab or a bookmark or a placeholder or whatever. And it still has our little bead danglies that hang off the edge. And it just makes me really happy. So I've got a few elements that I worked on while I wasn't feeling well. And I thought, you know what? I'm just going to do a series of videos with these elements. Sorry, I'm going to get that out of the way. And you can mix and match these. You can do whatever you want. But I thought we'd start with these little paper clips. So my paper clip has a few different elements. So I'm using 2-inch paper clips. I got these off Amazon. I think it was $10 for 200 pieces. That seems a little pricey, but ironically, at least here in Asheville, we're still struggling with supply chain. And part of that is because Helene, when we had the flood, a huge section of our shopping area where our Target and we have a second Walmart and some other things over there is still kind of a mess. Some of those businesses are still closed, and some of them are just really, really hard to get to because a lot of the roads are closed. So what's happening is the remaining locations, I feel like, are being inundated. Like when I've gone to get paper, one of the Walmarts was completely out of paper, or any of the paper that I use anyway. Let me put it that way. And it feels like things that used to be, I feel like, basic supplies, I can't find. I'm finding that also at the dollar store. Like I used to buy those little sponge brushes. Haven't been able to find them. I'm like, this is like a staple. Glue sticks? Yeah, it's weird. So I went ahead and bought these off of Amazon, and I just bought the 200 pack because I was like, you know what? I love things that float. I love paper clips, decorated paper clips. So, and I like the gold ones because I feel like these go with anything. So I'm just going to grab a few of these out. Let's just, here. And I recommend these 2-inch ones because you've got enough space really to use them for almost any sort of floating project. I've got some of the tiny ones, tried sort of playing with those, and just wasn't in love with the results. So I've got these. I've got this 1mm elastic cord, which is kind of my go-to for beading. I bought like a spool of this. I think it was like $5 or $6 for a big spool. And I've been working on this for forever, and you can see how much is left because we use such small pieces. And I like that. I'm kind of one of those girls who wants to buy one or two basic supplies and then just use them for everything. I don't need 50 different colors of cord. Now, that's me. I know lots of folks love lots of different colors. This is just kind of my basic. The brown, chocolate brown seems to go with everything that I do because my journals are inspired kind of by nature. So I've got that. I've got some beads, all different, kinds of beads. I like to buy the jars if I can find them at thrift stores. But for the charm sort of thing, a lot of times I have to actually purchase those. And then what else do I have? I've got my, let me grab it. Hold on. Here it is. I'm going to use my Fabri-Tac for the fabric stuff, but you can use your hot glue gun. I see people use the art glitter glue. I just don't. I use Fabri-Tac for anything fabric-y. One, it dries really fast and it's like a pretty strong bond. So I got that. And then what else do I have here? I've got, now you can use any sort of material. I've been really into this burlap. I love that it looks so rugged. Now, I was gifted a whole roll of this. Let me show you. This stuff. And it's got the wire in it. I think it's for making wreaths. And it was free. It was gifted. Thank you. But I was like, you know what? I got to find a use of it. So I started tearing it apart. And I've been using it for different things. And I like it. In fact, I've got this. Hold on. Sorry. On this journal closure even. Now, it sticks a little. It doesn't really bother me too much. In fact, what I did was I burned the edges lightly to hold it stay. And I think I just need to do another round of that there. So let me get that out of the way. So I've been trying to use this a bunch just because I have it. And why not? Oh, and last thing. Okay. So I started doing this decorative element with rub-on transfers. Now, they talk about doing rub-on transfers with fabric. And I'd really never done it. Not because I thought it was going to be hard or anything. I just didn't. Let me get these out of the way. So I did a whole bunch of rub-on transfers. And this is like muslin, or not muslin, linen. A piece of linen that I had. I go to Goodwill Outlet and in fact, let me show you. Because I am thrifty and I think probably some others of you are as well. So sometimes I find stuff like this. This was a pillowcase. And it had this gorgeous piece of lace. And then it has this. And then I actually tore. Sorry, I think this is cotton, not linen. I tore a piece of this off and I used it. Because it's sort of an off creamy white neutral that I love. Okay, let me get that out of the way. And then I've got my rub-on transfers. And I've got some small ones that I've been using because my paper, I wanted it to be small right there and then some embellishments. So I know it seems like a lot of stuff. Hopefully most of y'all have this on hand. And if you don't, use what you have. I mean, a lot of times I'll watch a video and I'm like, oh, I don't have that. And I feel the need to run out and buy it. And a lot of times if I watch, so I have this weird thing. I'll watch videos but I don't do the project immediately. So it's kind of the ideas or some of the concepts are percolating in the back of my head. And later I'm like, I start using that, maybe a technique in that video, but on my own project. And I sort of love doing that because when I was a jeweler, I didn't learn from one instructor. I learned from as many as I could because I felt like the more tools I put in my bag, the more my stuff kind of becomes my own because I take a little piece of this or a little piece of that. And by the end of it, I create something that I feel like is kind of something that's me. Now, that's not to say that you shouldn't do this idea exactly as it is, because that's why I'm doing these tutorials, right? But a lot of times what I'll find is even if I start off a project doing it exactly like the person, then I start, going, oh, you know what? I don't love that idea. So I'm going to do it this way, and I'm going to change this, and I'm going to change that. And I just feel like it's a lot of fun to create. So let's, first, I'm going to show you this in pieces because I know it feels like a lot going on, but let's face it. It's just a paperclip, right? Nothing to worry about. So I'm going to get these out of the way. The first thing, and I've already done some, but I'm going to show you one or two just so you guys have the hang of it. So where are my rub-on transfers? Where did I put them? I just got them. Ah, here they are. All of them. Let me grab these. And I am obsessed with rub-on transfers. I love them. Love, 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 love them. So, I don't know if y'all do. If you don't, use something else. But I can't seem to do a project anymore that doesn't include a rub-on transfer. So I bought this set. It was on sale. It was on some clearance sale on Amazon. I think it was $6 for all of these. And since I use them so much, I'm always trying to get a good price if I can. So let's just open this one up so I can do one or two with you. I've got a lot of butterflies and dragonflies. Let's see if we can find any birdies. Okay, so we got all these. I got this little birdie here. That little birdie there. I'm not in love with those birdies, but let's see. I wasn't entirely in love with this set, but it's hard to find the really, really small ones. I feel like, oh, okay. You know what? We're just going to do one of these birdies. No, we're not. We're going to cut off one of these flowers. Okay, let's see. So this is how I do it, is I just cut the piece off that I want. We'll do two. Just so you guys probably know how to do rub-on transfers, but I like to show people sort of the whole process. And the reason why is because I don't know where you are in your learning techniques and everything. And I know when I was a beginner, I would watch videos and they'd be like, oh, you already know how to do this. And I'd be like, but I don't. I don't know how to do it. Show me, please. So sometimes, oh, okay. Let me just get these out of the way. So sometimes I would have to watch that video and then I'd watch another video to understand the technique that they were using. And that kind of drove me nutty. So this is how I do it. And I know those who know how and don't want to watch it can fast forward. Okay, so let me show you on this fabric. So I already have a whole bunch of little squares, and the reason, excuse me. Oh my gosh. I still have a tiny bit of this cough remaining. It's mostly gone. So I'm just going to cut a little square off, tear, because I like that torn edge. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to get that out of the way now. And so when I cut a piece, since I'm using such little pieces, I just cut a bunch of extras and throw them in my little tin. And then I have them for next time. So that appeals to me. Okay. Cut that off. Okay, let's see what we need. So I got a little strip here. Uh-oh, what did I do with my bone? Oh, I moved everything out of the way. Okay, that works. So, I cut this off. Uh-oh. And, if I get too nice of a cut, you can fray these ends. You know how to do that, right? Where you just kind of pull one of the threads out and rough it up a little bit. Okay. So, let me cut one more. Okay. I usually start with the tiny cut and then tear. Okay. So, hopefully y'all can see this. I'm still trying to figure out the sweet spot for how high or low the camera is. Yeah. Still learning. Always learning. Okay. So, these come with these little popsicle sticks, but I tend just to use my bone folder. Okay, so I'm going to do this one first. Ah, that one's going to be kind of cute, actually. Okay, so I'm going to pull this little piece off if I can. See, that's the only thing about cutting them. Ah, there it goes. Okay. Get my backing out of the way. Got my garbage bowl over here. Thank you, Rachel Ray. Okay. And I'm just going to place this on here. There we go. Nice and tiny. And I use my bone folder. And just rub it. Yeah, pretty self-explanatory, right? They're like those temporary tattoos, except for you don't have to put the water and the spit on you. So funny. It's funny how every kid goes through their temporary tattoo phase. Or every kid I know anyway. Okay. I don't know if they do those in... see? So sweet. And I love these because it literally looks now like it's a part of the fabric. Like, they're just so seamlessly invisible. And that just makes me really, really happy. So, if you get into rub-on transfers like me, you will like my channel because I use them a lot. I'm a little obsessed with them. Okay. Here we go. And I'm not on cold medication today. So, hopefully... hopefully I don't sound quite as crazy as I did the other day. I was laughing. I watched that video last night. I was like, oh my gosh, how embarrassing. But you know what? Yeah, it is what it is. I'm okay with the fact that I'm an imperfect human. I always try to tell my daughter, I am not perfect and I do not know everything. I know. Poor child thinks I do. Like, don't worry, you'll realize how flawed I am as you get older. But we try our best. That's all we got. Okay, let's see, will that... Oh, I need to rub that one a little more. So if I pull just the... Oh, look, it came right off. That's hilarious. Okay, usually I'll check it by pulling just a corner and lifting it up and just kind of having a look, because I get really sad if I accidentally take one off. But if I do, and it's kind of broken up, I'll just go with it. I'm like, oh, I did that on purpose. Okay, so we have a few of these. So then I'm going to take some of this burlap. And we might, I haven't done this with lace or anything, but we'll give it a try. We'll give it a try. I don't mind failing on screen. I'm okay with that. Okay, so I'm going to tear it. Oh, no, this doesn't tear. I forgot. Okay. But what I do love about this stuff... Okay. I'm just going to cut that wire off. Okay. What I love about this burlap is how easily it distresses. Or sort of gets rugged. Like these threads, look at how easy they are to pull off. And I just think it's kind of a fun look. But I know some people really like things to look much sort of like... I don't know how to say it. More precise, I guess. I am not that girl. I like things to be a little, like nature is beautiful in its sort of ruggedness. And I love that. I am that girl. Okay, let's see. So, I'm just going to take a piece of this off. I'm going to cut it like a rectangle. And you know what? I'm not giving y'all measurements, wanna why? I don't know how big your rub-on transfer is, and you're going to be able to tell just by sort of, right? So if I put, let's see the little flower. I haven't done a little flower yet. Let's try this little flower. So let's see. Yeah, that actually works perfect. So that's helping me determine how much of this burlap I want. Let the fabric guide you. Now, this is how I did this one, is I have it this way. So the two pieces this side and this one will clip underneath. Now, I don't think it really matters, but that's how I do it. Okay. I also put a tiny bit, just a tiny. Let's see what I got in here. I've got so much. I don't use enough lacy sort of stuff or fabrics. I'd like to get into the habit of doing more. Oh, here we go. Got some tiny little scraps. Let's get these out. So on this one, I just did the tiniest bit just to give it a little something else. So let's do it again. Let's try the green. I don't even know if this will look good. Let's just give it a try. Cut a piece off. Huh, I'm curious. I think this isn't like my favorite lace, and I just keep coming back to it. I really do. But you know what? I like the green because of the green on that stem, so I'm going to keep the green. Okay. So I'm going to get a little, where is my glue sheet? Huh. Where did you go? Really? Oh, Lord. Okay. It's fine. I got another one. I like using this magazine-y, shiny sort of paper for my glue. I don't know why. Okay, so I am going to get my fabric tack. Actually, you know what? Okay. I did this one different, but I'm going to do this different this time. You know what I'm going to do? Before we get started. Let's do our charms real quick, because when I did this one, I didn't, and I just lifted and slid through there. But I think it makes more sense to do it first. So, I've got this. This, for me, is the stretchy cord, but use whatever you have, you know? Let me get these out of the way. Okay. So, yeah. I'm just going to cut a piece off. Okay. Okay. And I tie a knot at the bottom. That's the way I like it. I think it's cute. Okay, so I'm going to tie. And I do a right over left. And then I do it like the opposite way, because I find it keeps the cord straighter at the end. Not that it really matters, to be honest. Okay, hold on. You know how you're always trying to improve? I'm always, yeah. See, look how that makes it really nice and straight. Whereas I found if I just tie it one direction, it's more crooked, or it has a little. Okay, so I'm going to do that. And let's see, I've got these beads, and I haven't used these that much, so I pulled them out just to take a look. I think they're going to be too big, but let's take a look. If I can get them open. Let's see what we got. Oh, well, I got that. What colors do we have in our flower? Some peach. I've got this little, oh, that's way too big. Oh, I've got this little tiny white one. Got this little black. Oh, there are some little ones in here. Okay. Any other little ones? Ah. Okay. Okay. Pop those back in there. I got two. That'll work. Which one do I'm going to use this little white one, because it's so sweet, isn't it? Oh my gosh. Okay. So now I am 48, I think. I think I'm 48. Am I 48? I'm at the age now where I get all mixed up. Yeah, I like that. And I cannot see the way I used to be. We used to be able to see. So, I'm going to grab, I've got all my seed beads at the bottom here. Ah, you know what? I'm just going to throw some in this little tray. I am one of those girls who is like organized-ish, meaning all my beads are in this container, but as you can see, not organized within the container. And I find if I get too detailed, I'll never keep it. So this works for me, just sort of like almost organized. Okay, let me get these out of the way. So I have some little beads here. You know what? I'm going to take this one off and put one bead first. So I've got some pink in here. Let's do a pink. And I've decided to stop stressing about rushing through my videos. You know, I know y'all can speed up or skip whatever you don't want to watch. And I think it just stresses me out. It stresses you out probably. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to own it. I am just going to own it. And there. Yeah, I like the pink and the... And I think I want some green in here because I got some green. So I'm going to do a green. Or do, you know what? I'm going to do one more pink first. I don't overthink these colors. I just go. They all end up looking good, so you really don't. So one of the things I like about this cord is it's stiff enough that I can just slide the beads on. And do we have any golds in here? Because I really like these little gold beads. I don't know if that's the right size. Let's see. I bought this jar of beads, and it's funny. So my daughter's grandparents live outside of Atlanta, but the drive from Asheville to Atlanta is sort of a series of small towns. And you know what I love about that? Yeah, I'm gonna do that. And one more gold. I end up in these rural areas with thrift stores that still have thrift store pricing. So the Goodwill outlet, that one's too big. Okay. The Goodwill outlet has really good pricing because it's the outlet, right? But the regular Goodwill, I swear, sometimes I'll go there and the pricing is the same as it would have been in the store. I bought all these little storage bins. And I was all excited. They were like $2 or wait, what was it? It was like a set of 4 for $10. I was like, yay. But I was just curious when I got home and I Googled them. Brand new, they were $3 each. So I was like, well, okay, whatever. But, okay, so that's going to be, oh, let's see. There's my little, that's one side. And this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to take my paper clip. I'm going to come on here. Okay. And I'm going to tie it where I want it. This will have burlap glued over it. So, okay, let's see. Yeah. So I just tied it. And now I'm going to tie it the opposite way just to have a tighter knot. Or secure knot. What do they call it? I cannot remember. I'm pretty sure it's called a square knot. So there's one. Let's just do the other side. On the other side, I just do like 3 beads. So we got the pink, the gold, and the green. Let's try a dark green. Okay, come on, give it to me. Give it to me. Okay, here we go. And I know I'm going to have to cut that piece again. Okay, a dark green. Yep, goes right in. Okay. Oh, and I do have a dark pink. Yay. Is that dark pink? No, that's a lighter pink. Let's see if I have a darker pink in here. Come on. Ah, there's one. Can I grab it? There it is. I'm going to do one of these really, really dark pinks. Just give it a little splash color on that side. And one more dark green if I can find it. There's one. Oh, of course I'm picking up every bead but it. There it is. Okay. Another dark green. And I could totally get into mass making these. I love... Okay. So now I'm just going to look at this and decide. I usually do this shorter one shorter. So I'm going to go up here. Tie it right one way and then tie it the opposite direction. Okay. I'm not going to overthink this. Okay. Aw, so sweet. Okay. And then I'm just going to trim these ends a tiny bit. Come on. Okay. And there is that. Okay. So there's our little charms. And now, the easy part. Okay. So I've got my burlap. Where did I put my burlap? I think this is the piece. Okay. I'm going to use one side and then the other. So I got this. I know I wanted some of this green on. Let me get my Fabri-Tac. I mean, this is pretty simple and easy, but you know, I'm just going to put a little dot of my Fabri-Tac here. Put a little of that green on. Another little dot. Okay. And get my flower on. Okay. Yay. Sometimes, you know, I start thinking like, oh, maybe my projects are too simple and I should overcomplicate, or I should do more intricate projects. And I will, but I don't feel like things have to be hard to look really good. And sometimes it's nice to have, like some of these projects, I'll look at them and I'm like, oh my God, I really want to do that. That looks like a lot of fun. But I don't have as much time. I've got my daughter. I got to pick her up from school. She's out all the time for school work day. Then she has drama. She has soccer. So I like having these simpler projects that I can get 10 done in, you know, an hour and a half. Like, that's nice to me. So, yeah. I don't know. Okay. Okay, so now all I'm going to do is I'm going to glue this on here. So I'm just going to check and see where I want this. Let's take a look. Okay, so we're looking like that. And I want, and, oh, that's almost perfect, isn't it? I'm going to cut a little bit off. I like it. So on this one, so instead of folding it nicely and neatly, I kind of did sort of this. So it was a little off and then distressed, and that gave it, I felt like, a little more character. You decide how you want yours. I'm going to do that again because it makes me happy. Okay, so I want to cut some of this off. And let's... Oh, okay. There we go. I'm going to tuck that under. I'm going to get my glue paper. Get a little more glue. Okay. And let's get you nice and straight. And come over and press. Hold it up. Yeah, I'm liking that. Okay. Okay. I don't think I got enough glue on there. Hold on, let me get a little more. Honestly, this would probably be better to use the hot glue, but it's such a pain to get the hot glue out. Okay. I'm just going to let that dry for a second. Okay. There we go. Okay. Okay. Actually, I'm going to cut that off. Just a little bit. Not all of it. A little bit. So it's not hanging too far. There we go. And yeah, we're good. That stuff glues so strong. Like in the beginning, I always feel like, is it going to take? But it does. Which makes me happy. Makes me happy. Do I want... kind of want a little tiny piece of lace on there. Okay. I know I'm going a little further. It's okay though. It's just sort of like, I feel like everything is sort of like, you know, when you feel like it's done. Only you can fight fires. Okay. Yeah, I like that. So there is my little paper clip. I'm going to give that a second to dry and then we'll check it. And that piece, I'm going to cut some of that off. There we go. Yeah. Okay, let's take a look. If we were going to put this here, let's just use a piece of paper. I don't want to put it in the journal until I know it's fully dry. Okay. And there we go. And it's just such a sweet, here, let's make it straight. Such a sweet little tab. Like, I really, really like that. I think those are really fun. And I feel like you can't really do it wrong. Here, do I have another? You know what? Found a piece. Here, this is neutral. You can't do that wrong. Oh, hold on. Each one looks so cute. Even if it's, you know, a little messy. Like, I don't know. I love them. Let's try one on loose. Just because I haven't. And I've been wanting, I want to try it. I want to. So I've got, okay. I got a couple of laces here. I just want to see how this looks. This one's a little wider. Let's cut a piece off. I don't know if this is going to look as good. But we won't know till we try, right? And I'm still going to distress them a little because... Okay, so let's see. If we had this here... see? You know what? I want it to be much more distressed. So I'm going to take a piece of this off. See if I can... that's not going to tear. But you know what I love about lace? Is... I'm going to take that off. Okay. Okay. So there's my piece of lace, and I'm just going to sort of loosen it up a little bit so that I get sort of that look. There we go. Let's take a look. Okay, let's do another term. Okay, and on that one, the one I did, I felt like I like it to be much more one really short and one really long. And that one was almost even, so I'm going to try this time to do it a little less so. Let's see how it looks. Okay, so I've got that. Let's see what little pieces we have. Let's try this dragonfly. Will that work? It's kind of gray. Hold on, let's see. Do we have anything a little more colorful? Oh, look at my little bee. Okay. Let's try this flower. Okay. And I'm going to do this little blue bead. So. Let's pop this on. Oh, I like to do a bead on the bottom. Let's do a dark blue. Actually, hold on. Let's get some more beads. Come on, guys. Okay, maybe that'll work. Let's see. I'm gonna do a dark pink. Want some contrast there. It might be too much, but you know what? I don't really think it could possibly look bad. Okay, so I'm going to tie a knot this way, tie it the opposite. Okay, come on, come on. There you go. Get that on there. Okay. Let's put this little blue bead. Where's your hole? It's right there. Okay, there we go. Okay, that did not straighten. Why didn't that straighten? Well, I'm not going to overthink it. It's fine. Okay. There's the dark pink. And let's do a gold. Oh. No, let's do one more dark pink. Okay. And then a gold. And one of these turquoise ones. Or blue, whatever color that is. Similar to the flower. Come in here. Where are you? Huh. My screen froze. Hopefully my camera... Nope. I'm like, hopefully my camera didn't freeze because I watch what I'm videoing on my computer. I don't know why it freezes up all the time, which is not helpful because it's just sitting there frozen. So I have no idea what y'all are seeing. Come on. Ah, no. Come on, Delias. Let's try this one. These beads are kind of cheap, so sometimes the holes aren't the best. Okay, let's just cut that again. Why are you frozen? Well, there we go. There's a blue, and another gold, and another blue. Well, I guess we'll see when I'm done. There's another blue, and another gold. If it looks okay. Hopefully it does. Because we know how I feel about editing. Oh, Lord. Overshare, right? Okay. There's that one. That's a lot of blue. Oh, wait. I put 2 blue on. Take one of those blues off. And a gold. Okay. And gold. There we go. Okay. There's that one. Okay. You know what I'm going to do? Okay. I want you... Let's try measuring it up against this one, because this one makes me really happy. So if that were there... Okay. I'm going to tie it there. Okay. So I'm tying it one way. You know what? I'm going to tie it once. Okay. Gotta try new things. Okay, so now we got this short one. Angle it. And let's see. Let's do... I'm not going to do another blue. Let's do a green. A green. Oh, here's this one. This goldy yellow. It's not a gold. It's like a bronzy. Let's do that. And, this green. Okay. So, one green. Oh, that just slid right in. Yay. And one champagne. And one green. Okay. Yeah, that's better. Yeah. Okay. I like it better that length. Okay. And people at the sniff spot yelling at either their dog or mine. The other day, I was sitting here and some lady was yelling at my dogs because they were barking at. They're in their yard, but we have 11 acres. So anyway, there's this one corner where they can, so it's the end of our yard, and then there's a road, and then there's a fence, and then there's the sniff spot. And I think she was annoyed that my dogs were sitting at that corner barking because they're like, what's going on? We're so excited. And I didn't say anything, much to my credit. But a little part of me is like, what? This is their yard. You can't yell at them. They're in their yard. You're the visitor. But as I said, I didn't say anything. I kept my cool. So I've got this like burgundy, which might be kind of fun because we have this dark pink in here. Let's see. So if we had this and this and that. Hold on. Come here. Let's try this whiter side. So if we had that, and then that, and then that, and it went like, yeah, okay, let's give it a try. Let's try it. Let's do it. I'm learning. I'm not 100% there yet, but I'm learning not to, you know how like, you're like, oh, but I love this little piece, and if I mess it up, it's gone. I'm learning not to do that, to be like, you know what, try it. If it doesn't work out, doesn't work out. A lot of times I can save a lot of it, even if I don't like it. Okay, I'm going to glue that one on. Another little dot of glue. Okay. Get this little tiny butterfly on here. Yeah. Okay. Try and get some of the glue off my hands. Okay. Oh, let's try and straighten that a little bit. Okay. There we go. And it would go, yeah. I think we're okay. I think we are. Okay. Fair amount of glue on this one. Okay. Okay. And let's see. I probably need to cut some of that off. Just get a little glue on there so I can keep this. Okay. And move that over. That's too long still. Okay. Bring that over. Come on. Okay. Oh, it's not glued together. Hold on. Yeah, I'm going to try the glue gun next. Just curious. It's probably worth getting the darn glue gun out. I'm not a fan of hot glue. Okay. Come on. Okay, there we go. It's sticking now. Okay. I'm going to give that a second to dry because it's sticking to my fingers. You know what? Let's take this piece like that and just leave it for a sec. Okay. Just give it a second. This stuff usually dries pretty darn fast. No, I wouldn't say it's like 100% dried, but dried enough. Okay. And that one, see, now that one's a little short. Ooh, look what I was able to do. Okay. You know what? That's the key. So if you only tie it once, you can slide it up or down and then press. Oh my God. That was brilliant. Okay. That wasn't me being brilliant. That's just the world being brilliant. That worked. So I was able to sort of move that sort of shorter down. And look how cute that looks. Hopefully, I don't know if y'all can see this because, like I said, my camera's gone dark. Okay, so let's just see. Oh, I like it just as much on the lace. I might like it better. I don't know. What do y'all think? Okay. So that's these little, here, I'll go like this. That's these little paper clips that I like for things that float because I love to paper clip things into my journal as opposed to always gluing everything down because I feel like they can open it up and play with it. They can give it away. It gives them so many options. And who doesn't love options? I love options. Okay, guys, so I hope you enjoyed this video. These little paper clips, super simple, super easy. And like I said, use what you have. If you don't have rub-on transfers, use a little die cut. Do, you know, whatever you got. This is the way I did it. But the skeleton of the idea is here. And if you don't have the exact materials, you can come up with, you know, different elements that work just the same. I hope you enjoy the rest of your Monday. Thanks. Enjoy. Bye-bye.